being socially awkward is the best thing one can do. Being socially competent and equipped, it just because what does that even mean? It means you have to play to the rules and the guidelines of the social contract that is signed by everyone who is not socially awkward, who, you know, whatever certain things are in certain situations, you gotta go and bend and you gotta say, well, yes, 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 yes. You have to say yes, yes, yes. There's no genuinity there at all. It's like the customer's always right. Or, whenever somebody says, hey, how you doing there, Ronnie Jam? How you doing? Well, I'm doing good. Now, you can have a bad day. You're still going to say, well, I'm doing fine. Oh, really? How's the weather? So, a whole bunch of social. The best thing one can do is be socially awkward. Break the game. Because, as long as you play the game, you're going to be. It's an impossibility to be genuine and socially equipped and socially competent at the same time because it doesn't align together, it doesn't match, it doesn't mix. Um, it's a strange thing, it's a very strange thing. It's like you have to act and behave a certain way, or you have to, you know, when you're in a certain setting, when you're in a grocery store, you have to act a certain way. When you're in a club or something for whoever go to clubs. Well, weirdos go to clubs. Like what's anyway? Um, you have to be social. You have to do certain things. You have to do this. You have to do that. And it doesn't make any sense. The genuineness in your character is suppressed by the rules that dictate how you should act socially. So remain socially awkward. Say things. I'll be going on walks and I'll be just, I'll be acting like I'm on the road. I'll be like, I'll be talking, but like how I explain this, I'll be talking and I don't be saying anything. Meaning, it's like I'll move my mouth as if I am talking, but I'm not talking at all. So the people that's on the street and the people that are driving in the cars will be like, "Oh, what is that doing?" I'll be like acting like I'm arguing on the phone with somebody. I'll be acting like I'm arguing. I'll be like making the motions of if I'm yelling and just raving mad, and the people be looking at me like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not even speaking. The perception you thinking and reacting to in your mind is not even real. Can you imagine? And then I remember this one lady in this grocery store. She was selling windows, and she'll stop me every time and say, "Hi, you like buying a window thing?" I'm like, "No, no." I'll reject her every time, and the third time, she asked me again, "Will you like a window or some?" No, it was like some marble patio thing or something like that, something for your home. I was like, "I'm a bum," and boy, she was like, she just froze, and I don't know. I think this attracted her even more because the next time I came in, she asked me the same question, and then she stopped dead in her tracks and was like, "Oh, it's nice to see. It's good to see you again." I was like, "Oh God." Yeah. And then she keeps on trying to stop me. She knows, like, I'm the dude that told her I'm a bomb. But yeah, that's besides the point. Always be socially awkward because who would want to be socially competent? It makes no sense to be socially competent. Unless if you want to fit in and all that type of stuff. But I think it's time for a change in the game, and it's good to be socially awkward. And then when you can get other people, it's like a mind game you can play. And when you bring forth the awkwardness in certain situations, if you're confident enough and you're setting the foundation of following through with whatever awkwardness you want to display due to other people's social contract that they signed, they'll have to play along because it's not socially equipped or confident to say, well, hey, this is wrong, this, that. People are not going to, per se, spew out their mouths of what they are thinking in that said moment until you leave the room, and then they'll be like, "Hey, did you see?" So when you're around these people, then you can just just be socially awkward. At the same time, people will have no choice, in other words, to just either to submit to the awkwardness that you are displaying and come into that. Now, a good way to do this is get the women on board because everybody loves the women, and the women, obviously, naturally are going to follow through. And so when you see it following through, you see the men around that wants the women, that wants girls, you see, and then they'll follow through because they want the women. That's how you get the whole social circle jumping. Because when this whole social circle is submitting to the awkwardness that you are displaying, then you broke everybody's contract into accepting the awkwardness or the and just the things that aren't really um accepted socially, meaning not like the extreme, like just weird stuff. I'm just mean, like, how people say never discuss politics and religion. Well, you can do that. All you just gotta do is allure their minds to something and attach it to them, and then bring their mind back to it. Let them talk, let them talk, let them talk, and then implement it and keep the subject matter that you want to talk about inside the conversation. And then make everybody feel welcome and accepted to speak freely within that conversation. And then people bounce off of each other's ideas in the conversation will prosper and grow. And then boom. By the time the whole conversation, the whole social circle is talking about, oh, I think Trump is this, I think Biden is this, oh, religion, no, it's something that and they don't even know they've already broken the contract. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, that's something you can do if you want to. But in order to do this, you must have no really identity. And I don't mean as in the perverted spiritualist people like, no. I just mean whatever people say about you or perceive you about you in that same moment, you have to just not care at all. And then even if it's true, you have to care enough to humble yourself and say, well, okay, you see this in me. Let me see if I see it myself. If I see it myself, then I can make a decision whether to change it or not. And then you can make your decision whatever you want to do. But that's how you go about these things. Because socially, um, socializing is a bore. It's pathetic. You meet in all walks of life, in all areas of life, even deep. What people perceive as deep connections and conversations are all the same. It's just different levels, and yeah, that needs to change. That needs to change because it's not even meaningful. It's just most people's connections are just built upon relations and experiences and how much one another can relate upon those connections and experiences. You take this experience, you take the relation away, and the connection is not present.